Now I'm joined by Yvette Bab here. She'll be throwing a few questions to you, but let's start off with those results from Athi River Mining. We're seeing profits up about 330% there. Talk us through what your main thoughts were of those results.
Well, the results were kind of expected on a simple basis that they commissioned about 2 cement plants the first quarter of this year, around February, and the last one they did in September, and we expected that with the increase of cement production by these 2 plants, and because of the high demand in the region, well, we thought that was going to impact positively on their third quarter results. And as we have seen, it's well in line with what expected, even beginning this quarter. And I think going forward, that's the trend that we're likely to see, because as we speak right now, the region has we're talking of deficit of almost 700 metric tons in the whole region, and a growth cement market in the region of 5 to 6% year on year. So I think the company is really well placed with the commissioning of the 2 plants, and with a huge demand. We think that we are likely to see an increase in their sales and also in the profit as well going forward.
Keeping with results, we know that Kenya Power is due to release results in full year results in about 2 weeks' time. What are your thoughts on the kind of results that we could perhaps see coming through for Kenya Power?
Well, the same trend. We think also we'd see an upside on their profit side, mainly because they've really been busying themselves and cutting their costs, and particularly investing in more efficiency and upgrading their machines, and also just letting go of non-essential stuff, and I think also including the plan that they say they want to introduce the prepaid billing system. All these plans are geared just in cutting down the costs, but also just as more and more people get into the system, into the grid, we think that is going to impact positively as well in their profit. So with their results expected in about 2 weeks, even when you look at the share price performance today, it all points towards rising in the next 14 days. So I think for investors who just want to make a short-term play, then I think that is the right stock to play right now.
We know that Mumias Sugar also released results about a month ago. They've got their dividend books closing next Friday. What kind of activity can we expect to come through for Mumias Sugar this week?
We're the same pattern as KPLC. First of all, we think that it's going to announce a dividend. Following that, it's had a good run, particularly with skin production. We've seen an upside of that, and also the different business lines that it's invested in. We think that it's about time that they start recouping some of their monies, and we think that is also going to also increase their bottom line. Going forward, I think we are seeing more competition now. That's on the negative side, and we've seen that play out particularly on their base in Western Kenya, and there's been a bit of competition for sugarcane with a rival farm, and I think going forward that's going to be an interesting thing to watch out, seeing how it's going to play out in terms of market share and even in terms of increasing its sales. So I think that's something to watch out for.
Yes, just in terms of the overall positioning of local players as well as international investors in the stock market, we almost have a holy trinity at this point in time of lower rates, lower inflation, and to some extent perhaps even an undervaluation of some stocks. Are we seeing considerable foreign interest or a strong move of local pension funds, into the stock market?
Well, foreign investors have had quite a big play particularly this year. We're talking even of an average of about 65 to 70% on a day-to-day in terms of market participation. And as we speak right now, we are seeing as we've seen the market, break the resistance level of 4,000 last week, and when you look behind that, it's all being driven by foreigners. So I think even going forward, we expect the momentum to even pick up more. We still think there's the same group that is going to still drive the market up. But as you, of course, as you said, with the rates coming down and inflation coming down, and I think the dissociation by the market, from what is happening on the political end, I think that is going to increase, the local investors to come back into the market. But just to answer your question, I think foreign investors have had quite a big role they've played in this market.